What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So here we are, the Europa League second knockout round against Ajax. So this is a massive game and hopefully it's one that we can be successful, walking away from. Now what actually counts as success at this stage? To me it's a respectable or a narrow defeat. I would count that as success because to me getting to a knockout stage was always the main target. To me getting to the second knockout round of the Europa League is a very good achievement because it showed that we could actually beat someone good enough to, get to that stage of competition. And really, based on the Champions League and Europa League, they're the top 50 clubs, 60 clubs in Europe normally get here. So that's actually a really, really good achievement. If we were to, like I say, if we looked at Ajax today, depending on the margin of defeat, I won't be too distraught. I mean, of course, I want to go through, and that's what I'm aiming for today. Hopefully, we'll get a win. But, if it doesn't plan out the way we want it to, it's not exactly the worst season we'll ever have. So, one thing I want to talk about quickly before I go into the game is we currently find ourselves sitting second in the league, having lost 2 games for the first time in... Wow, how many years? How many years has it been since we lost 2 games in the league? As you can look at that, if you look at that run there, undefeated, 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 then we lost our first game. That was a great run. Since 2018, 2019, so nearly a decade since we lost more than 2 games in a row, and on that occasion we lost 3 games. So it's not been a great year this year for us. And what strangely we've got coming up is after the Ajax game, we've got Lynx. And that's a must-win game. If we don't win that, if we draw that game or something, it's looking unlikely that we'll win the league and we'll have to go into the Europa League. And that would be just damn right bizarre. But, that's for a different matter. So 10,000 people here today at Europa Point. Ajax, do I have the Dutch League open? I feel like I do. Click on Van der Horst. Ajax. I should have do I not have the division open? Oh, I don't have I thought I had the Dutch League open. I might need to open that. But yeah, so for that reason, Ajax don't have a manager. Now, I imagine Ajax will still have a good team, don't get me wrong. If I were to click on you and click on you and click on players, yeah, we can see they've still got a full in-depth squad. So it's not like they're limited due to the fact I don't have them open. They're still, due to my large database, it's still, a full squad and stuff. So it's not like we're going to have an easy tie today. But going out there, we've got a few people missing and people we would obviously prefer to have in. So one of them is Siciliano. I've corrected hopefully saying that now, Siciliano. He is out injured today, and it does mean Rod Austin comes into the starting lineup, keeping out Mario. I can't pronounce his surname yet, so I'm just going to call him Mario. Or Miro, sorry, not Mario. Miro. He keeps out Miro from the starting lineup. So I just decided Austin's played in situations like this before, and he's done well and stuff, and with Miro, he's not proven yet. I say proven, he's not played any European football yet, so it's just best to put Austin in. I mean, he is on the bench, so he might come on. Who knows? Elsewhere as well, Vincent Metti, again, I don't really pronounce his name yet, but he's also suspended from this match for reaching a yellow card limit. So Amari comes into the starting lineup today. So that means the lineup with them 2 things taken into considerations are Cox in goal, Benitez, Perez, Amari, Musta, McCourt, Mazzitelli, Sidibe, Carlos, Sonogo, and Austin. And the bench is Nathan Taylor, Taha Masudi, Mattia Albi, Dan Morgan, Amofa, Thomas, and Miro. And with Albi, you can see that he's currently unhappy, and that is because he wants to leave the side. He's decided he's no longer getting enough first-team football to quench his thirst, and he decided he wants to move on. So he's got a few people interested in him, as you can see. I think that's a Serie A team, is it not? I know they're a bit of an up-and-down team, I believe. Pescara. No, they're Serie B. But, he wants to leave, and I'll accept it. He's not our best left back, sorry. And, I'm happy for him. If he wants to leave, he can leave. Obviously, I'm not going to try and really force anyone out because the squad depth is nice to have. But if someone wants to leave this team, who isn't a first-team important player, then I'm more than happily willing to let them leave. It's whatever they want to do. I'd rather keep a happy squad than keep someone unhappy here, just so I can have an additional backup player. But yeah, let's go into the game. So we are playing 4-4-2. I mentioned it at the end of the last video. I was going to play 4-4-2 at home because this is where I feel we've got the best chance of getting something. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's the best chance we've got of getting something. Now, one thing I see there in the top goal scorers list very briefly is that Ajax actually have a guy up there, Davy Klaassen. 8 goals so far in this competition, so clearly he's going to be a man we're going to have to watch out for. Apparently we were called a surprise by getting to this stage of the competition, and actually apparently so have Ajax have surprised many with their performance in the competition. So clearly we're two teams who have actually avoided quite tough draws and have got to this stage of the competition amongst some elite guys. So according to Jamie Lopez from Football Gibraltar, it's hard to look past Ajax, and hopefully, you know, being the extreme underdogs that we are, because we've been underdogs, we're always given the chance of, oh, they're not favourites and stuff, but today we're underdogs, no doubt about it. Not just we're not favourites, complete and utter underdogs. So I'm going to send the assistant there. They've got over 5-3-2. It's nice to see them play actually a 5-3-2. But yeah, I'm not too fussed. What are you going to apply to these people? Yeah, I'm happy with that. And pressure is off. Pressure is all on the opponents. Yep, tell the players that fact. You told the players that. And anyone's particular, Rod Austin. But let's go. Probably the biggest game in the history of the club. I'm not too sure. But it's definitely up there with one of the most important games in this club's history. I probably say the first time we got to the Champions League groups was maybe the biggest game on the line. And straight away, Ajax are on the attack, and we've done really well, Muster, to tackle the opponent there. But you know, we kept out a clear opportunity. I say we kept out. I don't know if they hit the post or it was a save, but they've missed one either way, and that's 10 minutes into the match. We've kept a clean sheet, which, like I said, I want to get something out of this game. But in another way, you know, a clean sheet isn't the worst thing either to walk away from this game with. We're unable to do that, as they do get a goal. Ostillo, I think Astillo. I don't know, but he scored. I think Mazzatelli was a little bit to blame here. Perez did try to header it on, but it wasn't particularly great. Cox was almost beaten with that chance there, and Mazzatelli's name came up, but really, you know, it just seemed like our defence wasn't sharp enough to react, and Ajax currently have a 1-goal lead. You know what? We're not playing too well. We've had a half chance. Maybe we're growing into the game now. Maybe, I don't know. Ajax maybe sitting back a little. Actually, there's a highlight here just before half time. This would be great for someone to score. Obviously, I want it to be us. I realise they got when they have the ball, obviously with the formation they're playing, when they have the ball, they're meant to have 5 midfielders. Maybe we can actually create a counter attack. You know, we won the ball quite high up on the pitch. You know, at the halfway line, a lot of their team will push forward, but couldn't capitalise on that opportunity there. And now look at that. They'll play one big ball forward. The pace of their striker destroying the defence, and Van der Horst gets the goal. That was poor because, you know, we earned the ball back in what looked like a dangerous position for us. You know, a good situation for us to win the ball back, and we just didn't do anything with it. You know, show me something else in the second half. Come on, you've got to show me something else. Because look at that, 8 chances we've had, but only 1 on target. Now that to me says that we're not doing good enough up front. You know, we're not doing well enough, not putting enough pressure on the goalkeeper when we get these opportunities. Right, Sonogo's someone's on top of Sonogo for some reason. But Austin now. Out to Mazzatelli. To McCourt. McCourt culling inside. He's going to go for a shot. You know what? Not a bad effort. Not a bad effort. We're going to make a few subs. We're going to take Mazzatelli off. We're going to bring Godfred Omofa on. We are also going to take Rod Austin off. And we will bring on our youngster. Just, you know, maybe he'll be wanting to make such an impression that he'll actually go out there and play really well. I mean, Sonogo's looking frustrated and stuff. I think it's just, I need a word of encouragement from me on the touchline. But, you know, I'd rather, you know, just bring the youngster on for a bit. Just to see what he can do, you know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, yeah, just a bit of encouragement, I think, from me, from the touchline. Should hopefully calm the furious people down, maybe. It doesn't seem like it worked. And we're looking very frustrated. You know what? We're going to go attacking. We're going to go attacking. We do need some goals. And they've got a free kick. It's cleared away. Actually, 2 people are up front here. Miro playing it to Sonogo. Sonogo's got to finish this. Fucking, you are kidding me. How did he not finish that? Since he's come back, since he's played in Europe after coming back from the African Cup of Nations, not really done well enough. He didn't do good in the last games. And he's not done particularly great in these games. Missing a few chances and stuff. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being over harsh. Here's Sonogo to Mero. Back to Sonogo. It's been tackled, but McCourt plays it in, and the youngsters should have buried that. I mean, fuck me. Do we want a better opportunity? It's an open goal. There is a guy in front of you, yes, but I mean, come on. You can do better than that. I know you can. And I think that's the first leg over, and it's 2-0. And it shouldn't be 2-0. I mean, I'm not saying Ajax shouldn't have scored 2 goals, but I'm saying we should have got 1 at least back. And the fact that we haven't is really frustrating. Not a good performance, lads. And fuck sympathising with them. You know what? I'm not pleased. I really am not. We're not doing well. We're not doing great in the league. You know, currently sitting in 2nd place. And now we've got this shamble of shite coming out. I mean, it wasn't the worst performance I've seen for them in Europe. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's one of the worst home performances we put in a long time. But either way, I'll meet you guys back for the 2nd leg. And, you know, who knows? I probably will stick to playing 4-4-2 because, let's face it, going more defensive is more likely than not going to prevent, you know, goals, and it is going to help us create because we're going to have to go there and we're going to have to score 2, probably even 3 goals if we want to go through. And the only way we're going to do that is playing the football we know, you know, and we know that can produce goals, which is a 4-4-2. So I'll meet you in a second for that 2nd leg. 52,162 people are going to be here today. Massive attendance. I want to see where Leo Probert was from, but I can't. So let me continue forward into the team selection. So nothing has changed. Oh, well, actually, I lie. Something has, sorry. Matia's come back into the team at centre-back. It does mean Amari drops to the bench. Also means Masoudi is out because Amari's on the bench, but Masoudi got injured anyway, so he would have been off the bench anyway. So, you know, whatever you want to make of that. And, yeah, apart from that, it is the same team. So, let's go into this. Same formation. I said I was going to play that. I mean, I would have loved to have had maybe a narrow 1-0 defeat in the last game, because then a counter tactic could have been possible. But 2-0, we've got to overcome it. Only way we're going to do that is by playing our game. They've changed up their formation. Let's hope this is a positive, because let's face it, they played quite well in the last game against us. I should have done the team talk myself. That was silly. There we go. That's good. That is good. Calmly, last one. There we go. That's good. So, you know, yeah, they looked pretty good against us last time. I think they limited our chances. You know, I guess there were a lot of long shots because we only had 1 shot on target at about the 60th minute mark or so, I think it was. It was something stupid like that. And, you know, they presented a really good threat. So why they would change it, I'm not too sure. Like I say, let's hope that this is actually going to benefit us, their new formation that they're playing against us today. I mean, it could come off and they could batter us, but, you know, I'm going to live in hope for now. Perez picking up the ball to Sidibe. Austin out to Sonogo. Sonogo to McCourt out on that right-hand side. Whips this one in. Finds Sonogo. Come on. Sidibe. Austin. Is he offside? Rod Austin gets us a goal. Back in there. 1 minute into the game. It says 2 minutes, but look up on the clock when he scores, yeah? That is 1 minute. You round down past before 30 seconds. Look, when the ball hits the back of the net, it's 1 minute. It's not even been a minute. Why are they saying he scored in a second? Either way, though, 1-0. And now the game is very much open. You know, next goal scorer is going to be massive for this game. And it is them. It is they get the goal. 1-1. Now we have to score an additional 2 if we want to go through. But it does also mean extra time is now out of the question. It now comes down to these 90 minutes. You know, there's no extra time. There's no way of penalties. Rod Austin is off, so it does mean Miro is going to play 75 minutes of football in the Europa League 2nd knockout round. Not the place I would have loved to have given him a massive start. But hey, you know, it could pay off. Again, he may be so young and driven to try and prove himself. He may score a goal. Sonogo hits the crossbar and post, and very nearly the rebound trickled into the back of the net. Yet again, it's us trying to build an attack, but this time it doesn't pay off. And now Ajax get the ball back. Klaassen to Markov. Passing it around the centre of the pitch. They are not really going anywhere. Now they're going to add some, you know, direction to their pass. Intent to their passing, and they missed the chance that they create from it. Another chance wasted for Ajax. Another way, a little bit of time given to us to get another goal back in it. Trying to play the ball forward. That's poor, and actually the clearance is going to turn into an assist. It very nearly did, actually. Cox was all out of position, and then suddenly he performed a magnificent diving save to keep us in it at 1-1. Alright. I think I'm going to go attacking. I think I'm going to try and give them something to worry about a little bit more than currently they are. Wait, it's offside. It's okay, it's offside. Peters does not score against us. We still need 2 more goals to go through. Now Benitez, pushing forward we are right now. Sanogo, to McCall. Sanogo's offside. That's silly. Come on, Sanogo. Should know that. Sidibe to Mazzatelli. Out to Miro. Playing a brilliant ball through to Sanogo, and he misses the fucking chance. Sanogo, come on! I really wanted to tell him before this match, you know, you haven't done particularly well lately, but apparently I couldn't do that. And Klassen, great save from Cox. It was just so simple. One direct ball over the top, and all of a sudden our defence is out of the equation. Shouldn't be happening. Passionately. I know you can do better. Sanogo. I appreciate the effort. You've been unlucky so far. That seems pretty good. I'm going to say this to you as well. Appreciate the effort. You've been unlucky so far. You know, hopefully those people, those individuals who I think aren't playing particularly well, we'll just tell them, you know, to still, you know, obviously I can see they're trying to work hard, but they just need to put that little bit more luck, a little bit more effort maybe, I don't know, something. They need a little bit something more, and it'll all click, hopefully. And we're not going to get anything from this first highlight. And now everyone seems frustrated and angry and furious. Carlos getting a yellow card, and you've probably heard a motorbike go past outside. It was a rather loud one. Encouraged them calmly. Oh wait, highlight, 60th minute. I was about to say I might make a sub. It probably still will at the end of this highlight. Great save from Cox and good clearance from Benitez. Don't know why his rating didn't go up for that. Oh, it did. Alright. We've got to do something. Advance forward. Very fluid. Support, I guess, maybe. I'm sorry right now. I don't really know what to do. I think it's a little bit too early to completely push forward, but we do need 2 goals, and in the next few minutes we're going to have to completely go for it. With a changed formation, a changed up tactic and stuff like that. And now everyone's looking furious and frustrated. Alright, push forward time. I think I'm going to bring Dan Morgan on. Just so someone can play a little bit more defensive minded in the midfield. Push forward, come on. Alright, overload these last 10 minutes. Hopefully this will be a highlight for us to get a goal. Nope, couldn't fucking play a simple ball forward. Fucking hell. Alright, our European campaign is over. Such a shit way to get knocked out, but oh well, you know, it's not going to look great 4-1. I said I wanted a narrow defeat. Maybe we'll get a goal here, actually. Finds McCourt. Fucking typical. Why shoot from that fucking angle? Sonogo's in the box. Use your head. These guys not footballers. I mean, these guys are pretty decent footballers as well. They should be able to see that chance. And he's just fucking walked past everyone. Van der Horst, it wasn't even like there was defence. Sanogo has been playing shit these past 4 games in Europe. And that's not acceptable for the best striker from Africa in the world. Alright, there we go. We lost 2-1. Surprisingly, the away performance was a lot better than the home. Well, the performance was. Some individual performances weren't. But, fuck it. You know, out of Europe, you couldn't do anything about it. I knew we weren't going to win it. And, you know, I knew the journey was going to come to an end here. But there were glimpses of quality from us. But, you know, clearly glimpses aren't enough at this stage of the competition. We need more than that. We need to actually put in good performances from the get-go. So that's out. I'm not going to bother going to the press conference because, you know, I couldn't really care right now. We do get 280k for just appearing in that stage of the competition, which means financially we're now above 16 million again. Good money for us. We've got to turn our attention to the league. In a week's time, we've got a massive game against Lynx where we must win. Now, I have no doubt Sonogo will score in this game because I actually want to show you his record. Due to missing the African Cup of Nations and the Champions League group stages, he's not played many league games. But his goal-scoring record this season is 3 goals every game. That is just... Look at his average rating. And yet he couldn't... But look at his average rating in Europe. And he couldn't perform in them 4 games. The games I needed him most. Just not good enough. Really isn't. You know, that's not acceptable for him. From him. You know, I expect a lot of people, you know, I expect quite a bit from certain players. And it was Sidibe who actually stepped up, you know, and performed well. And then it's Sonogo as well. I expect a lot from them people. The defenders, they did alright. So, you know, those people I've expected to do well in the defence, they did their job. Mustard put in a good performance. But... You know, I can understand Benitez. He's not up to the standard of certain people. But some players, you know, like I say, you've got your best players in your team. When they don't perform, your team don't perform. Snogo didn't perform. The team didn't perform. Like I say, return attention to the league. Next time I'll meet you back anyway will be the end of season. We're still in the Rock Cup, but so are Cannons. And now what I'm thinking is, someone recommended I could lose a game. If we do get to the final and it is against Cannons, I might lose the game on purpose. I'm not too sure. Like I said, we'll see how things pan out. But yep. So until the end of the season, guys, peace out.